Okay, let's hope I have everything I need right here to do this. Deadpool comic, issue number 50. Check. Comfortable spot to read book. Check. Microsoft Word uploaded and set to go to take notes. Check. Flask of liquid courage, just to be safe, because God knows I'm probably going to need it. Check. Alright. Well, let's see here. I have pretty much everything I'm ready to go to do this. So, well, hang on. Tip of the nip, just to... Just a little liquid courage, just to get me started. Alright. Here we go. One more time. I have to. I have to. I have a few pages left, and I'm already out of alcohol. Why? Oh. 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 Okay. I think I've composed myself enough for this, to do this. Alright. Okay, here we go. Deadpool number 50. Okay. I'm going to pretty much go through a pro and con on this one. Con, and I'm going to start with con, yes. I'm going to start with con. Con, my first problem with the book, it's a little bit more expensive to pay for than any regular comic you would usually get. Most comics go for about $2.99, that's $3. This one is $3.99. So that makes it $4, pretty much, plus when you count tax and stuff. Why? There is no need for this book to be more than $1 over. And don't tell me way that you're doing it because it's a little bit thicker. You always know you always get a more expensive book when the pages are a little bit thicker than a normal book. I don't know if you can tell the difference in comparison, but you can pretty much. So what? You added a few extra pages. Big whoop. I don't feel I should have to pay an extra $1 on this comic. I really don't. Okay, con. This one's my con. I know it's just starting off, and I know it's not going to be good right out of the gate and stuff. It's building up to something. But honestly, that's alright. Okay, here's another one. Pro. I'll do a pro now. Pro. A lot of familiar faces and a lot of favorite characters in the Marvel Universe and in the Deadpool universe as well are in this book. There's a guest appearances by many characters. Some, pretty much everyone in Deadpool's life that he's encountered is in this book. Pretty much. Even one I haven't seen in a while, and I'm glad he's making an appearance in this book. Sadly, you know, the way it is. But I'm glad she's back in Deadpool's main story arc. Con. This book is not funny. I still have not gotten any humor out of it. Maybe a few little tidbits of humor here and there, but not a whole lot. I understand that Wade is planning something big. He's doing something, he's calculating, and all the ha-ha, hee-hee, ho-ho moments are not going to be in this book. But sadly, I was expecting a little bit more humor. There's probably one funny line in this whole book that I like, and that's pretty much it. One little funny little part, and that's it. Okay, another pro. You can see where the cons and the pros end up in this review of me. Pro. I like the art style. I really do. I think everyone is drawn really well in this book, especially Wade, and everything. And I really do like the art style. Con. The art style should be a good example of what Daniel Wade is planning to do. Trust me. Let me verify this. This Deadpool has used this art. Whoever wrote. Okay, how do I put this? The artist. Hang on. Carlo Barberi has pretty much drawn Deadpool before. Now, if you don't know what I'm talking about, you might want to go back to some of Deadpool's old story arcs to see what I'm talking about. And he's worked on one of my personal favorite Deadpool story arcs before. And now, this is what I'm talking about. This is what I mean. The art style should be an example of what Daniel Wade is planning. Because if you know where the art style came from, then you know what the story arc came from. Which means you know what Daniel Wade is planning. And I'm telling you right now, if you plan on doing a George Lucas on me, Wade, if you plan on doing, I'm sorry, I'm a little tipsy still from the alcohol, and which I still wish I had more because I used up all mine to read this. If you plan on fucking up one of my favorite Deadpool story arcs, I swear to God, I will write a letter to you, and it will not be nice. I will not be nice. Okay, so that's the thing. Where is it? Well, basically my last con is also part of my big con. So I pretty much went into 2 cons right there. Yes, I understand it's a story arc. I know where Daniel Wade is planning with this, and I can't believe he's going to do what I think he's going to do. Especially with one of my favorite... Oh, God. You know, honestly... Why? There's no need to do this, Wade. Please. Leave this one alone. I would say start from the beginning. You've probably already written up this story and it's already being worked on. As far as I know, probably, 51 and 52 are probably already being worked on right now as it is. Which means I'll have to suffer for this. I can't believe he's going to do this. He's going to screw up. He's going to mess up one of my favorite Deadpool arcs just to do this book. Really? I really, you know, like I said, I know it's just starting out. It's not going to be great right off the bat. I can only pray that the next few issues of the story arc of Deadpool Dead are going to be a little bit better. I can only hope. But right now, like I said, I'm being kind of critical. I don't try to be, but since I only on books and maybe one issue on enough with books, I probably am. But since this is a story arc, I'm already being kind of cynical to it. And I don't want to because I really still love Deadpool, despite the fact who's writing him. But I have to say, I really can't really dig this story arc. Not just yet. Maybe I'm only hoping better. I can only hope for better. Like I said, I know it's just starting out. I know a lot of people are going to be commenting about this, if anyone ever actually does comment on my thing. But, you know, I really have a bad feeling about this. I was really had a bad feeling about this going in. But then when I read the first issue, I pretty much figured out what Wade was planning to do. Now I even got a more bad feeling about this. And I really don't want to have a bad feeling when I read Deadpool. I want to have a fun feeling, a good feeling, a great feeling. Sure enough, I get the fact that Deadpool will never be a bona fide superhero. Sure, he'll do the whole thing. I'll try to do what's good. I'll try to do what's right, but then eventually go back to being his old ways. Because that's who he is. But it's always fun watching him try. And all the crazy stuff he gets himself into. This is not the Deadpool I grew up with. I'm sorry. It's just not. I can only hope, really, I can just really hope that the next few issues are better, but I have my doubts. I'll still collect them. I can only pray. I'll have to buy more alcohol, though. That's probably not a bad thing. This book's just, frankly enough, Daniel Wade's turning me into an alcoholic. I never owned a flask until I started reading Deadpool that he wrote. I can only hope. I can only hope. A lot of people say Deadpool... actually, the Daniel Wade has written a few good books in his time. Someone told me once that he wrote a really great stories for Dakin, who were in for Dakin when he was making his appearance. Honestly, I never read those. Probably because I didn't want to, or I just didn't have the time to at the time. I don't know. Until I pick them up, I'll have to see. But I'm really having my doubts with this story arc. So that's it for tonight. I have a few other books, but I'm a little too more depressed. And now I have a splitting headache. And now I'm hungry because I didn't eat, which was even a bad idea before drinking a whole flask. I'm going to call it a night. Alright, everybody. I'll see you guys next week. Bye.